What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Boss Ladies Live radio show. Speaking Studio, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Hate You by Miss Fabulous. Let's get it, y'all.
DJ Liquid Sound.
How could I
Yeah. Next, we got Jam X, Dylan Francis, Bomb the Magics app. Check it out. Make sure you download that Spreaker app. Jam with us, conversate with us, get some information that you might need. It may change your life. Right here on the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show. Like, share, download to get your free spin. And also, too, if you're not sure on how to go, you can go to the Spreaker website, www.spreaker.com, and then go to Boss Lady Radio Show. Click live chat at 9 p.m. Central, Monday through Saturday, Sunday, 6 p.m. Central. And I'll announce you right here on the Boss Ladies Radio Show. Let's go Friday night, y'all. Spreaker.com. Got some more new spinning coming up. Let's go.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to.
Four, yeah. They don't know what I do or even know where I'm from. All the shit I've been through, cause I came out the slums and all the people withdrew. If God is real, I wonder where the fuck did he come from? What gave him rights to end life with no more hope to live twice? Which forces you to live right or even try, cause shit's tight. Trying to get fed by midnight, hoping one day a big night. Surrounded by them big lights, niggas get robbed to get right. I was just trying to get sight in the darkest of the views. Niggas living broke, so they end up on the news. Taking niggas,
you know what? I believe
in
you.
Soaking niggas up,
but
like
you gotta believe in you.
So I listen to the streets.
Nobody's gonna believe in you.
But I was trying to gain a little bit of fame, so that shorty I'ma shoot. A fallen young nigga, never playing by the rules. Trying to be first class, but we all dropped out of school. Yeah. Can you feel it? A young nigga feeling so hurt. Can you heal it? But healing doesn't really solve shit. Can you kill it? Bottled up inside of my body. Can you seal it? You feel it? Damn. Can you feel it? A young nigga feeling so hurt. Can you heal it? But healing doesn't really solve shit. Can you heal it? Bottled up inside of my body. Can you seal it? You feel it? Sitting in my room thinking, irritation going fast, but I've been blinking. In the sky, I see a beacon. Look beyond that, astronomical thoughts flood my mind now. I'm too high, no need to climb down. Looked at my wrist, it's finally my time now. Over-exaggerated competition, need to calm down. They material sad enough to make a clown frown, yeah. And I do this for my grandma, nigga, nobody else. Read a book a nigga, have them sitting like some shelves. Shorten up, no elf. Wealth and knowledge is what I seek. That ignorance leak from a young-minded mink. It's me, the kid. Bid for your life, but don't gamble to be big. dig? I'm at the top, no lid. Darkness in the light, nigga, it's just well hid. Say what you said or do what you did. Knowledge is power. YK.
He would hurt me on purpose. I would put that pain in my music. He would tell me, good, now you got something to sing about. I didn't understand that pain. I confused that pain for love. This shit is so real. You live and you learn, and then you learn to keep living, right? One thing I learned for a fact was karma is a bitch. Never thought I had to be faced with it. Never thought I had to deal. Now I gotta give you my story. You want to live real. If it catch you by surprise, no need to cry your eyes. In this life I've cried enough for all of us. Now I'm using all this hurt to speak lies. Understand, pain used to be my first name. I was a fool to call it out when I was in it. What kind of love will strike it down with his hands? The same hands that will pray for you, say I'll do all again. Well, this is my story, and this is my life. I don't have to take revenge. I can just sit back, watch karma ruin your life. It's coming for you. Get ready, 'cause coming is coming for you. It's coming for you. It's coming for you. Get ready, it's coming for you. Payback is coming for you. This is my story, my life. I hope you got it right with the new love in your life. Maybe it's too late.
I've come to terms with the fact that my future might not involve people I'm around now. I get tired of doing this every time I try something new. Sometimes I had to walk away from what I want to find what I deserve. I made mistakes in my life. I've learned from my bad choices. I'll know better next time. Don't mention a person's past mistakes when they're trying to change. That's like throwing rocks at them while they're struggling to climb a mountain. Yeah, let's talk about that. Welcome to Season 5 on the Boss Ladies Live radio show. And if you haven't caught up, make sure you tune in to Season 4, The Reunion. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show, Speaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Welcome back to another show. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and specifically tonight, season 5 has started. As of tonight, I had to do some rearranging. I moved to a new location, and so I needed some space, got me a bigger place. So that's why I have been off the air for a few days this week. And also I'm going to be leaving out of town to go to work, things like that, get some business done out there because I have a lot of endeavors. But you already know, Boss Lady got a lot of things to do. So you have to excuse me. I'm a little tired tonight. Strong but tired, y'all. Don't forget that the UMA Awards, Underground Music Awards, is November 17, 2018. Please be there. Please be there. If you're an artist, indie artist, or just want to see what's going on, launch your career, do some networking, come on down to that event. Red carpet event, November 17th, 2018 at the 595 East Center, Atlanta, Georgia. There's also some more things going on in Kingston. It's an event coming up, but I'm going to have to get some more details from the person I was talking to. I did send them the link to get on the show, but since they aren't here yet, if you hear this and you wasn't able to make it tonight, just put in the chat room the information to that event. I definitely will announce it on the show. So you could also announce that way too. You don't have to necessarily have me announce it. You can just put your information of what you're advertising in the chat room so other listeners can see what's out there and what's popping right now. Particularly tonight, I do want to talk about the Narcissist Series. Some steps we can take, some signs we can look out for in terms of dealing with or handling a narcissist or being in a relationship with the narcissist. Is very important to learn about narcissism. It's a personality disorder, NPD, and it's also I'll say it's also a medical condition where you have to get diagnosed for it. And some of you may be thinking, well, how do you know if I'm dealing with a narcissist if they haven't went to the doctor and got a diagnosis? Or how do I know I'm dealing with a narcissist if he or she doesn't know that they're one? Well, I did talk about that on YouTube now. It's not on the playlist, but it is on the Boss Lady playlist on YouTube. What is a narc? That'll break down the basis of what it is, what to look for, and how it's diagnosed. But there are signs, there are personality traits, there are some behaviors that link up to what this is. And if this person plays on this more so than anything else, then you have your hands on that. So we're going to get involved in the signs that a victim of an abusive, hovering narcissist is. When I got to thinking about that title, I really got to thinking, like, how many relationships have I been in or passed by me that are hovering over me? They're not hovering over me in a healthy way. They're hovering over me in an unhealthy way. Like, what gets on my nerves and you're steady doing stuff. You do things, you make plans for me instead of taking into consideration to ask me what is best for me. Like, I told someone I know, the location or whatever that I was at. They got on Google Earth and shared with their friend my location without my permission. Like, what makes you think you can do that? Invade someone's privacy. Yeah, we known each other for a long time and everything like that. But if I wanted that other person to know where I lived, I would tell them myself. See, narcs don't give you a leeway to think for yourself. They think that's the power of the control that they try to have over you. In some instances, that's the power of control that they have over you. And they really believe that if they can do those certain type of things, then it's okay. You're not going to say nothing. You're not going to confront them about it. And when you do, there's conflict because they don't like confrontation. They don't like criticism, different things like that, good or bad, doesn't matter. Or saying to them at all. They take it like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm grown, snapping off, going off, those different types of things. And like I said, if you see some of this, if you can relate or see some of this stuff that I'm already talking about, and I've only touched on it a little bit, then you know what you got, and it's tricky sometimes because you may be in love with this person. This may be a spouse. This may be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. This may be a family member, things like that. Somebody that you're close to, and it's always crazy because the ones you love hurt you the most. The ones you really, really care about always seem to get on your nerves. Different things like that. So I wrote down some things, like 5 things I say to avoid people who do this. And this has a lot to do with the narcissistic traits. Number 1, avoid people who mess with your head. Like I had a boyfriend that liked to steal from me. And I had a whole check, an amount. I know the amount that I had left after I paid my bills and things like that. So I did that, came home, laid my purse down like any normal woman and go to sleep. I work at night. He worked during the day. I get up the next day. I only had 10% of what I had left. So it was like, once I paid my bills, I was pretty much down to $10, and I wasn't supposed to be that low, just for an example. And when I confronted him about it, he said, maybe I overspent. Maybe I didn't bring all my money with me. Maybe you put it in that place. It was trying to make it seem like I was crazy, like I didn't know what I was talking about, like I don't keep up with my things. And, keep on disrespecting my property. Like, certain people don't have respect for property. Narcissists do not. They care about their things. They care about their feelings. They care about what they want. But when it comes to you, you're last on the list. So avoid people that mess with your head like that. Number 2, avoid people who intentionally and repeatedly do and say things that they know upset you. Like I was saying earlier, you know it gets on my nerves. I don't appreciate that. I've asked you not to do it over and over and over, just like with the gossip stuff. The gossip either with friends and family or on social media. I'm not interested in talking about another person that's not here to defend themselves. It doesn't matter how I feel or not feel about a person. If you can't talk to me directly, it's not important. But to sit up and do that after you tell someone you're not interested, then that is intentional and repeatable. And they don't care, obviously, about your feelings. They have no empathy. Number 3, avoid people who expect you to prioritize them, but refuse to prioritize you. They only wanted you around to use you. They only wanted you around for energy. They only want you around for happiness because they can't seem to find that for themselves. Avoid people like that. Like when you want someone to support you in something and they're like not interested. But the minute you don't prioritize what they got going on, you're wrong. Everybody has a right to make their own decisions, I thought. And I know some can agree with me. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're supposed to agree with everything they do. And your matters don't matter. Number 4, avoid people who can't and won't apologize sincerely. After he blatantly told me my location, not where I'm at now, but somewhere else. He was just kind of like, oh, well, I didn't know. Or I didn't think it was a big deal. Exactly. You think a little bit too much. Exactly. And number 5, avoid people who act like the victim when confronted with their abusive behavior. You've been acting crazy all this time. Just in general. I ain't talking about nobody. But if the shoe fits, wear it. You've been acting crazy all this time. And the only person you thought was watching you was you. You got life jacked up. So since you do, let's get some EDU in our lives, y'all, so we know how to handle this here. 8 signs you're the victim of an abusive hovering narcissist by Alethea Luna. And we're going to find that at lonerwolf.com/hoovering/ And it says, your heart sinks as you read the text. Quote, I'm not in a great place right now. I need you. Please help. End quote. It's been over a year now. You've cut off all ties and contact with your ex, and if you finally gained some semblance of mental health. But this random text throws you completely off. As you quickly type the message with shaking fingers, what do you need help with? And click send, your stomach drops. There's a dark feeling in the pit of your chest. It's the anonymous and foreboding feeling you sometimes get before thunderstorms and tragic news. Deep down, you know that you've made the wrong choice. You've just been hovered. If you can relate to what I've said, you're likely experiencing a dangerously abusive manipulation technique known as hovering. Hovering is a technique that drags you into cycles of abuse, disrupting your entire life and those around you. In this article, you'll learn how to prevent this abusive manipulation from fooling you. What is hovering? Hovering is an abuse tactic frequently used by people who struggle with narcissistic, borderline, antisocial, and histrionic personality disorders. Named after the Hoover vacuum cleaner, hoovering is basically a way of sucking a person back into an abusive relationship. Hovering is typically done after a long period of no contact between the victim and the abuser. In an attempt to regain control over their victims, hovering abusers will use manipulation tactics that target their victims' soft spots and emotional vulnerabilities. If they are successful, the hoovering abuser will use their victim until they are bored of them and discard of them once again. 3 toxic examples of hovering. Let's take a look at what hovering looks and feels like. Scenario 1. Amanda broke up with Steven 6 months ago and has severed all contact. But one day, out of the blue, she receives a contact request on Facebook from Steven apologizing for all of his abusive behavior and that he wants to be given a second chance because he's still in love with her. Amanda's heart beats quickly as she writes a response, truly believing that Steven has changed. Girl, don't go for that doggone rebound. Don't do that. Kick rocks, tell him that. And tell him the boss lady sent you on that one. Scenario 2. Now I gotta go back to I clicked the wrong thing, y'all. Hold on. Scenario 2. Ben managed to escape an emotionally abusive relationship with his partner Robert almost 2 years ago. When he arrived home, he finds a lavish array of flowers on his doorstep with a note that says, Happy Valentine's Day, and a phone number from Robert. Ben starts remembering how much affection Robert used to show him at the start of their relationship. Feeling lonely, Ben convinces himself that Robert must have matured past his paranoia and hateful behavior and gives him a call. Oh, no. No. He can kick rocks too. No. Scenario 3. Ingrid has just left Scott out of a desperate attempt to regain control of her life. After managing to find solace for a few days from his gaslighting, infidelity, and outbursts of rage, he begins appearing on her doorstep. You're the only one I ever loved, Ingrid, Scott whines. I want to marry you. I only ever wanted to be with you. You're the love of my life, my soulmate. After experiencing this behavior for a couple of weeks, Ingrid finally snaps and rips open the door. Get out of my fucking life, she screams and starts to cry. Scott pulls her into a hug and she sobs on his shoulder. What? Okay, you just said get out my effing life. You see how you get caught up? I could go all night with this, y'all. Like, this is some serious stuff. And this happens every single day. Like, all jokes aside, this happens every single day. and you outside looking in like what? But if you never been there, you really don't know how caught up they can make you be into them. It's something. Why do narcissists hover? What's the point of hovering? To regain a sense of control over you. Narcissists begin hovering when they want something from you, such as attention, validation, money, or sex. But the deepest reason why narcissists hover is because they are completely internally empty. They have a pathological fear of feeling insignificant, unlovable, alone, or worthless. So they'll do whatever they can to fill this empty void and sustain their false self-image. Narcissists are fundamentally addicted to the attention of others. Without attention and control, they starve. When their reservoirs of narcissistic supply run out, they seek to prey off the old meat they managed to catch in the past, and that means you. This also means that they usually have many backups, other exes, to feed off when they begin to feel hungry again. Like predators, a narcissist knows how to manipulate the weaknesses of those they have preyed on before. They will try to entice you through random texts, apologies, declarations of unlying love, and repentant gestures, which try to convince you how much they have changed and care for you. The truth is that narcissists couldn't care less about you, and their attempts to win your trust are all fabrications that are part of their sick game. Because of their severe soul loss and inability to show any form of empathy, a narcissist will say any lie and go to any extent to get you back under their control. 8 creepy forms of hovering. Let's take a look at some of the creepiest and most common forms of hovering below. Please note that many of these signs are common among relationships that have just ended. So if you're still being pursued by your ex, this might not be necessarily mean that you're being hovered or they have dark intentions. Hovering is a pathological and manipulative form of behavior that is extended to suck you back into another cycle of abuse. When reading these signs, please be honest about your relationship and ex-partner. 1. Pretending that your relationship isn't over. They will ignore your request to cut off contact, continue sending you the same messages, will show up at your house, job, etc. They'll continue harassing you as if nothing has changed at all. 2. Sending unsolicited gifts. In an attempt to get you back, they will send you lavish and unexpected gifts, such as flowers, cards, tickets to movies and concerts, cakes, you name it. 3. Apologizing for their behavior. To try and engage you, the narcissist will appear to own up to their mistakes and will find humility and remorse in an attempt to pull at your heartstrings. Their messages or words will sound very convincing, so be careful. 4. Indirect manipulation. If they can't get through to you directly, they will go a different route. Your friends, children, or other family members. For example, they might try to send you messages through your friends or say something slanderous about you to your family, which you'll then feel the need to correct. When you have been hooked, you'll be alerted to confronting them about their lies. The narcissist may even try to use your children against you. For instance, if your ex has custody of your children, he or she might put the child on the phone asking you to come back home or get them to write letters to you. This is a powerful and highly manipulative hovering technique. 5. Declaring love. Declaring undying love is perhaps the most common hovering technique out there. Because love is such a powerful emotion, narcissists will not hesitate to use it to lure you back into their clutches. They will say such things like, "You're my soulmate. We were made for each other. You're the only person I ever loved," to tempt you into contact again. Do not fall for these tricks. 6. Sending random messages to you and ghost phone calls. If you're being hovered, you'll likely receive random messages from the narcissist asking for and commenting on different things. Expect text messages such as, "Please wish so-and-so a happy anniversary from me. Did you take my personal item? Are you going to so-and-so's dinner tonight? I'm standing in the place we first met, thinking of you," and so forth. The narcissist may even send you accidental messages with the intention of putting a knife in your heart, such as, "I love you, honey. I'll be home at 6," to their new partner with the intention of inciting a response from you. Another creepy tactic is receiving ghost phone calls. For example, you might receive frequent phone calls from private numbers and receive long silences or soft breathing on the other end. This tactic is used to freak you out and get you to engage. 7. Faking vulnerability and the need for help. The narcissist will go to any extent to get your attention and sympathy. Faking the need for help is such a powerful hovering technique because it preys on our natural tendency to show compassion to others. The narcissist might send you messages and leave you voicemails telling you that they're sick, they need your help, they're desperately in trouble and need you to call them back, or even that they're going to kill themselves. I've heard narcissists that have gone as far as faking serious illnesses like cancer and heart attacks just to prey on others and reel them into abusive cycles again. No, if you think someone is going to kill themselves, please call your local police services. 8. Baiting you with drama. If all other hovering techniques fail, the narcissist will try baiting you with drama. They will send you melodramatic messages, create havoc in your social life through spreading rumors, use your children as an excuse to express rage and hissy fits, and put on scenes with the intention of provoking reactions from you. Watch out, social media. How to stop being a victim of hovering narcissists. Firstly, it's important to understand that hovering is designed to trick you by playing on your emotional vulnerabilities. A narcissist knows very well how to manipulate you, and they will disguise their contact as an attempt to seek reconciliation, forgiveness, friendship, and even love. Because hovering is essentially about emotional survival for the narcissist, they will often go to extreme extents to get your engagement. They will lie, pretend, and coerce you in any way they can so that they can get what they're truly craving: power, control, and validation. If you feel that you're being stalked, don't hesitate to contact the police. Narcissistic abuse is a very real issue. Here are some of the best ways to end the cycle of narcissistic abuse. Change your phone number, email, and social media accounts, or block his or her number. Pay attention to the signs that you're being hovered and know these hovering manipulation tactics inside out so that you can identify them when they occur. Set a firm rule that you will not contact, acknowledge, or respond to the narcissist in any way, shape, or form. Learn to love and take care of yourself. Read this self-love article for tips. Join a narcissistic support group, and I am a part of it. It's called Surviving the Narcissist. It's on Facebook. If you're interested in that group, please look that up. Develop mindfulness so that you can become aware of your emotional triggers. Try the gray rock method if you've been lured back into a relationship. So we'll be talking about that. And I truly hope these actions can help you regain a sense of personal clarity, confidence, and empowerment once again as you recover from the narcissistic hovering mind games. And that is our EDU for our lives. Hey, we got some people in the chat room tonight. We got Music with Rare Beauty and Tiffany T in the building. Welcome to the show, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, stopping by, things like that. Just came in time. Season 5 on deck in the building. Appreciate you coming and checking in. We're going to do some quote for the day when we get back with our break. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Change. How many times that I keep giving you chances? You never change or make a change. You say sorry so much now. I think that your sorries are jokes. How many times I gotta hear your sorry? How many times you many times I believed you. Now you getting on my nerves after so many times. How many times I gotta hear you're sorry? How many times you gonna change? How many times? How many times I gotta hear you're sorry? How many times you gonna change? How many times? 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 Many times.
Miss Fabulous many times. Check it out on Reverb Nation. Let's go Friday night.
Day one shit. Still no fucks given. Rhythm is streets. Trendsetter DJ Sense. K. Michelle. Academy.
Girl, he got you out here looking crazy, sexing all of y'all, but you think you the main chick. He bossed up, but he ain't paying. Bring that shit back, since you know that shit was hot. You know when I like something, I want you to play it again.
My girl K. Michelle. Still no fucks. Trendsetter.
Girl, he got you out here looking crazy, sexing all of y'all, but you think you the main chick. He bossed up, but he ain't paying. Cut the dude off, that's the only way he changing. Trendsetter. Well, will it be enough for you? I can't have you out here looking like a fool. I know it hurts, but it's true. I'm only telling you 'cause I know what it's like to be on the other side, broken hearted and tired. Ladies, I'ma put you up on game. See all the signs, don't be fooled by his charm. You're just another chick on his arm. Ladies, I'm tryna put you up on game. To keep it real, that nigga there kinda shady. He be flashing on a daily, never wanna treat you like a lady. I'm just saying, you can do better. When will it be enough for you? I can't have you out here looking like a fool. I know it hurts, but it's true. I'm only telling you 'cause I know what it's like to be on the other side, heartbroken and tired. Ladies, I'ma put you up on game. See all the signs, don't be fooled by his charm. You're just another chick on his arm. Ladies, I'm tryna put you up on game. Don't be fooled, all that glitters ain't gold. Ladies, being alone is better than going crazy. Ladies, hear what I say, before you get in the game, you gotta know how to play. Tryna put you on game, I'm tryna put you on some game. 'Cause I know what it's like to be on the other side, broken hearted and tired. Ladies, I'ma put you up on game. See all the signs, don't be fooled by his charm. You're just another chick on his arm. Ladies, I'ma put you up on game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be smarter out here, you know? A man will do what he gon' do, but don't let him do it to you. Man, we ain't playing with these dudes out here in these streets. For real.
Hey, yeah.
stay ice cold with no slipping. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold with no slipping. Swole missions and I'm heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold with no slipping. Spit venom, some ice hoes have no vision. They miss pippin', no right road, so they skipping. Been getting paper, I fold in old kitchens. They been missing no tight mode, the volition. Been tripping, no right pawn, they still fishing. Still snitching, feds and state, they still listen. Still bipping, spitting, they flows, no real rhythm. I'm a real nigga, no stomach virus, still shitting. Born from a barrel of killers, but still living. Fell down, had to stack and rebuild while in prison. Bread from the Walkers and Thompsons, cold living. Bought my truck, no miles, one vision. Mom and pops told me I'm special, I have a mission, but I didn't know I had to do 20 years to get it, cause I'm gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold with no slipping. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold with no slipping. Second child of 3, was I a blessing? Or was a blessing to being second, me no seconds? So affected by a motive, was so reckless, feeling so rejected. Having the paper shows the record, cold and restless, y'all clothed and I'm naked. But I'm convinced, I gotta show him who the best is. And I ain't wasting the bar, spit it till I'm breathless. Show a motherfucker heart is bigger than his chest is. Gotta give it all I got until they get it. Do it non-stop, aiming like a weapon. Never beyond lessons, calculating steps in so they can recognize my quest without question. Silly niggas speaking, ain't nothing but dead wind. Gifted with the heat, notifying next of kin. The game's giving me, but they ain't put the bread in, which means yeah, I'm finna fuck, but I ain't put the head in. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold with no slipping. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. Gifted, heavily gifted with flow vision. I grow swift, stay ice cold.
Yeah. We back for the quote for the day. And we gonna find that at chrisbrady.typepad.com/my_weblog/2009/005/roots-leaves.html. It was posted on May 4th, 2009. Roots versus leaves. And it says, leadership, like genius, often involves making something complex seem simple. Leaders must learn to simplify the worlds, and situations around them in a fashion that produces more effective results. Specifically, too many times leaders fall into the trap of hacking away at leaves while ignoring the roots. A quote by college football coach Lou Holtz speaks directly to this. Quotes, decisions are what your priorities are, end quotes. I have always liked that quote. The clearer we are on the roots of a situation, the harder it will be for us to get distracted by the leaves. The stronger our priorities, the better we can navigate the obstacles in our path. How is this done? By understanding first principles, by knowing the big roots, the big rocks we want to put into the jar before considering ourselves with the smaller rocks, by knowing what's important next. So clean up your thinking. Focus on priorities and first principles. Find points of agreement with others on the big picture of things first, before dividing yourselves up on technicalities. Have a clear objective and resist the urge to get distracted by smaller things. Work at the root level of things, and you'll often find that the leaves take care of themselves. Yeah, I see you. I see you, Rare Beauty. I see you. You're welcome so much. I do appreciate that you listen to Speak Streets. If y'all haven't seen that, click on that. You feeling down? You want to laugh about your drama instead of being dramatic with your drama? Speak Streets is my intern. What I used to be, how I used to react to certain things. And when I found leadership, it saved my life and it saved me from the last narcissist. But at the time, I didn't know. This is the things that I was dealing with and how to, program my mind to think differently than how I thought 10 years ago. So it's funny. It's real. It's based on what's happening. and what has happened. So I do appreciate your Rare Beauty. I really do. And I know you did, BFF. I know you checked it out. I know you was cracking up. You already know. So, ladies, I do appreciate your support and your encouragement. For real, for real. I really do. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I have days where I get discouraged, but instead of just like throwing a pity party and, killing myself, I just kill it with laughter. Laughter is healthy for the soul, so, whenever you want to listen to it, you can listen to it, you can download it, do whatever you got to do. I just encourage that, if you do listen to it, don't take offense. You know what I'm saying? That's not a show where you get in your feelings and, and all of that. It's to let go of some things. You have to vent. As women, we have to vent. We don't get it out, it will come out, and it might come out on the wrong person. So that's really all I had to say. Good afternoon, morning, and evening, and I will see you soon. Peace. Wait a minute before I go. Hey, Dre, Radio Cafe in the building. Let's give him a hand, y'all. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Leaving those comments. That really does a lot for the show. It really promotes the show, and the marketing is super awesome. If it wasn't for you guys, it would be no Boss Ladies Radio show. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in, checking in, things like that. I do have a quick announcement. I'll be out of town next week. So the following Saturday, I will kick back up season 5. Okay. So pre-recorded shows all next week. I'll be posting. If you already got the app, you part of the website and things like that, just click on something, enjoy it, leave a comment, like, share as much as you can. And I will see you soon on the next show. Peace.
We are now transferring you to a customer care rep. Please hold the line and we will answer your call as soon as possible. Thank you for choosing us. By the way, to ensure you're getting great service, your call may be recorded or monitored.